Live. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm checking the light. Something. Oh, I'm lowering the light. Sorry, I wasn't sure if I was gonna leave the. I think I have to close the. 1 second. Yeah. All right. I guess. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I apologize. Oh, I didn't bring my water. Oh, and I just disconnect the microphone. Okay. Now we're in. Well, thank you very, very much for being here. All these topics, all these conversations is about related with relationships, love relationships, self. And as you know, everything starts with you. Because if we don't deal with our unresolved issues, just I talk in my book, unresolved issues, you're not going to experience what you have in mind. The love, sometimes we dream with a perfect love, which is a perfect love, um, a life that is fulfilling. The the desire or waking up and say, you know what, welcome to my day, welcome to my life, rather than be like life sucks. It's very different because life sucks. I mean, there is no hope, there is suffering involved, there is no desires to be alive. But when we wake up and say, welcome to my day, I mean, there's even if you have a resistance in during the day, things come up, arguments, or when you go to work, or with your family, with friends. Well, I mean, daily stuff that as long as we are on earth, we are going to encounter. Um, but immediately we have like a resilient attitude. And what is resilient? Well, resilient is something that rather than turn off my day, I'm gonna see um, the opportunity of creativity if I have to do something or just to move on, whatever the situation is. In your family, there is a lot of things that we can do. At work, well, it's very limited because it's your boss, it's your there is rules. So it depends where you are. I mean, is that of course? I mean, you can decide to take the best attitude at work if you're having a boss like is very hard on controlling whatever personality they have. And in any situation, in any given situation, there's something that definitely is in your life and is to learn something, to work in the area that you haven't worked, that you need to improve. And it could be you need to be stronger, you need to believe more in yourself, you need back into self, right? So that's why it's important to face your unresolved issues, and that's why everything starts with you. So thank you. My name is Lilia Ackerman. I'm a transformational relationship master coach. I have a long title because I work hard for every single one of them. Because it means something. Transformational because you don't want to be where you are or to change a little bit. You know, life, if you see life everywhere, is talking about excellence, it's talking about abundance, it's talking about beauty. I mean, you never get tired of looking the moon, the stars, the sun, the ocean, the plants, the animals, the flowers, the fragrances. You ever get tired? Because I don't. I definitely don't. Every time I'm in front of the ocean, it's so magnificent just to be there, to just put my feet on the sand and the sensation, the grainy thing and soft. Well, it depends what beaches you go, right? Because some of them are kind of rough. But still, it's magnificent to be in front of the vast ocean, or the being on the ocean of sand, like Sahara Desert. It's, I mean, sometimes I don't even have the words to express the sensation to be there. So, what I was talking about this, the life is talking about um, being in love with life, the abundance. So, why our life is so misery? Why is that? So we have to be at a level of what life is teaching us. Our personal life, it has to be at that particular level, which is very high. I mean, happiness is for everybody. My number one mantra: happiness is at the tip of your finger, and it is. Your inner world, it has to match the outside world. Okay, so I wanted to talk about this because once upon a time, that was me. So I do understand the breakups, especially when somebody break up with you, which is not the same thing when you break up with somebody. The reason is because the person who's gonna break up, they already thought about it. They are the one preparing what they're gonna say, how they're gonna say it, um, when they're gonna talk to the person. Of course, and the other side, they don't know. They say, we need to talk, and the other person ain't got like a. Sometimes you have a clue, and many times you don't. And even if you have a clue, you don't want to be ready for that, for the breakup. The problem is when you break up and you feel that's the end of the world, that you go in a deep depression. Sometimes like you're being together for very short period of time, but you act like you're being together for 30 years. I mean, a breakup after 30 years, it must be shocking. You spent 30 years with that person. I mean, that is like yeah. I mean, they are entitled to be and to feel devastated. But what about the short breakups? That I mean, the short relationships when you're being together not for too long. Well, there's numerous things. I found one which it makes sense. Let me please read it to you. This is from Karen Young, and she said a study published in the Journal of Neurophysiology has found that a relationship breakups may feel So painful because it activates the part of the brain associated with motivation, rewards, and addiction cravings. There's nothing sharp in the observation that breakups can send behavior a bit off the wall. So that's one of uh, the on the neurophysiology of the brain. But then there's more stuff. And let me see. Some of the stuff that it comes with a breakup when we feel uh, that we're dying, that there's no hope, that there is like a, I mean, it's horrible because I remember the way I felt, and everything I'm telling you is because it happens to me, right? And so it triggers personal unresolved issues like abandonment, you know, that moment. So who's crying at that moment? Is the woman, is the man, or is the child that felt abandonment from your parents, from your loved ones? So many stories about you see your father walking away, or you see your mom dropping you with your grandparents and you don't see them, never. Or maybe you see them later on, but what happens at that moment, that little child, the baby, because even if it's as a baby, um, you already have interaction with the mother. If the father is present when the mother is pregnant, also you have interaction with both. Now, if the father is not present during pregnancy, it's 100% the mother and whoever is around, because you hear the voice, you have um, emotional interaction with a mother through, you are aware when you are in your mother's womb about your external world. So even after the pregnancy and then you born, because there is a lot of bonding right there in the pregnancy and when you're born. Just at the moment that you um, the mother give birth, there's bonding, like oh, strong bonding, super strong. Then then suddenly you don't hear the voice of the mother. You don't smell your mother's scent. You don't. It's gone. And then you are with strangers or with your grandparents in the system. Who knows? So at that particular moment is something that is gonna haunt you forever, or until you resolve that. You face the unresolved issue and you work, and then you get healing. So in a breakup, who's acting? Who's suffering? Who is suffering over and over and over again? Is the child, the one is suffering. Now, if for whatever reason, as a child or as a young teenager, you believe that you are nobody, that nobody cares about you because oh, all of them has a reason. Don't think that you're crazy, okay? Don't think that it has a reason. And the most beautiful thing is to face those things and to find out what was happening, what it happened. You know, don't be afraid, because if you are being together with somebody for a week, for a month or so, very short period of time, and in the breakup you feel like, again, like it's the end of the world, then that's that's something that is telling you that it's not the adult suffering, but it's the child, the young teenager. Maybe your parents were so busy that you didn't have time to talk with anybody. So you feel like you are nobody. You feel like less important. Okay, so this is very, very You're less important. You feel like you're not enough to hold somebody in your life. All these beliefs that, who knows, in one part of your life, you make them as your truth. So mine, it was abandonment. So in a relationship, man, it was like somebody was killing me. And one time I think I cried straight for 2 hours. And at the time, my sister-in-law was with me, and she looked at me like, "You're crazy. There's something wrong with you." Unfortunately, and please understand that people are not everybody, not even if they are Christian. And I tell you this because sometimes we put expectations. I'm Christian, okay? I love God with my whole life, but even though you are with somebody, you don't know what kind of life uh, behind walls they have. So sometimes they can be very unsensitive, very with no heart. So she was very rude to me, and then I cried more, and it made me believe that I was crazy. That yeah, there was something wrong with me. And later on, yes, there no something was nothing wrong with me, but there was a reason behind that little girl that I was left for a couple of years. I don't really recall exactly the time, but my mother left us with my grandparents, and boom, she's gone. And so overnight, you don't hear your father, you don't see your mother, you don't see. Um, you are on your own, not on your own, but and I'm pretty sure I don't recall my grandparents at that point, so it was very traumatic. So in my adult life, the little girl is the one who was crying. The little girl, it was the one feeling pain over and over and over and over until um, after decades of experiencing enough of relationships, I okay, I want to touch this, but I think it's too. Oh, okay, don't touch it. I'm sorry. That I understood the reason why I was acting like that, and finally I was healed, and I was able to have a healthy relationships until I was on the position to understand love, to understand about myself, to make improvement, to work in me. And by working in me, guess what? I experience the abundance, the beauty, the excellence of life. And I want you to have the same thing. Okay? So another reason is pride. Pride, like who is she or he to dump me, right? But say dump me. If you we use those kind of words, um, is because again there's unresolved issues. So pride, or it could be only pride. So you feel that you're the most important human on earth, and nobody ha- should have the guts to dump you. Either way, we have to revise that part, and maybe there's a lot of pride in you. Okay. Another one is embarrassment. Uh, we care too much about what other people are gonna say, what people are gonna see, because it's public. It's public. Um, that somebody end the relationship with you, and then you don't want to tell your friends, you don't want to tell your family, because they thought you were the perfect couple, even if you were in a short period relationship. So this is let me see, am I forgetting anything? Well, there's four reasons. The brain, the part of the brain, it is normal to feel pain. But today we're talking about when you feel that is the end of the world. That's what I wanted to address. So, how you like it? And if you have questions, please let me know and just ask me. Ask me, and then I will send you the answer. Or we will talk about this if you wish. Okay. So have a beautiful day. Okay. What is that? What happened during my week? Somebody, people, it's funny that they get used to I'm telling them what happened during our week. Mm, in this week, from last time, I was in the cemetery with okay, from yeah, over this weekend. Okay. Well, it's been interesting conversation about relationships with my daughter, which sometimes you um, whatever you do as like I'm a relationship master coach, right? And the last people I I I was able to coach it with my family because sometimes your family doesn't listen to you. But my younger daughter, I was in the living in the kitchen, and I was just finished. I like to put. I'm making experiments in the kitchen, trying to find something for my face and make it shiny. Because after the COVID, I was very ill. I went to the hospital, and I literally thought I was going to die because what I experienced, I never experienced before. So my skin really paid the price, and I did have an excellent skin before COVID, and suddenly I like it took me a long time to see like a shiny again. So I'm making an experiment right now, and it's working. Oh yes, it's working. Um, I was just finished my experiment, and I was sitting there finishing that, and my daughter came and asked me. So she opened up like like okay. And the funny thing is, she said, "I don't want an advice. I don't want to hear about this. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear." Like, I smiled and said, "Okay, how can I help you? You want me to give like a general, like uh, general topic about this? You want me to tell you a little bit of previous experiences with people, my conversations with people?" She said, "Okay." So I start talking about that. And we end having one of the most beautiful, deep conversations with her. And it's an honor for me to serve my family in this way because, again, um, from the trip to Alaska to here, we bond. Our bonding is super beautiful. I just don't have words to express that either because um, my family, my daughters, they're the angels. They are, I believe they are angels having sent to me to my life to be where I am right now because my love for them always helped me to improve myself. So thank you for asking, and see you next weekend, next Monday on Spanish. Okay, so until then, forgive more, love more, find the excellence in your personal life, the abundance. And if you don't know how, I'm here to guide you. All right. Thank you very much. This is Lilia Ackerman, Relationship Master Coach. Bye.